All right, I think we're live here. I'm looking at it. It's looking at me. Let's see if we are indeed live. Ladies and gentlemen, here on planet Earth, the Fit World Live at 9 show. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I see it spinning, Larry. I see it spinning. And as soon as I get the A-OK visually, then I will begin to converse like this is a real conversation. Right now, nothing. So let's just wait for a second. Let's just wait for a second. I know technology likes to do its thing sometimes, so we'll wait. Those, if we are here and I don't know you're here, what's up, folks? What is going on? We got a great show tonight. We got a great show every night. Yeah, it's on. It's on. It's playing games with me. See what I mean? It's playing games. That's okay. So what I decided to do is I decided to go ahead and just put a nice, beautiful picture up, just in case technology play games. They'd have a wonderful picture to see right now, Larry. You can't see it, but right now they see the back and front of your current book behind closed doors. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Fit World Live at 9, the show with the magical flow. By the end of the show, you'll know more than you know. We've been doing this thing every single evening, even sometimes on weekends. Larry, we've been doing this thing every day, man. Every day since last year, October. Our hashtag is 1 billion healthy. If you just tuned in, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming along. I really would suggest and appreciate. I appreciate because I love when people share. But I suggest because what's getting ready to come out of this young man's mouth, his story of how he lost over 700 pounds, where he was and where he is now, what he felt when he saw the giant casket that was for him to be inside of. But when God has plans, when God has plans. They said he opens doors no man can close and closes doors no man can open. Hey, welcome to the Fit World Live at 9 show, my man. What's up, brother?
What's up? How you doing? Thank you for having me. Hello.
Hey, people don't know, man. The devil is a lie, cheat, thief, and he stinks. And he been trying to stop this interview, man, for a real long time.
We've been trying to do it.
I think for like 7 or 8 years we've been trying to do this thing.
Talking that long, yeah.
Larry, man. I'm glad you're on. For folks who don't know, Larry has an amazing story. We're gonna let him share it, tell it. But this is one of those where everybody goes through things. Nobody goes through things. But if you could find a way to look at what you're going through differently. That's really the shift. It's like you're going through it, but if you can just find a way to look at it differently, and that's how you get out. And through Larry's testimony, what he's going to share here, I know there's some nuggets in there. There's some freedom nuggets, I call them. Larry, thanks for being on the show, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Man, you got an interesting one. I mean, what was the highest weight though? What was the highest weight that you actually got to?
My highest recorded weight was 940 pounds.
940 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And what was that like? I mean, let us walk in your shoes. I mean, the name of the book, right?
The name of the book is Behind Closed Doors.
Mm-hmm. And walk us through your shoes behind those doors and what that was like.
I knew that I was always bigger than the average guy.
Mm-hmm.
I always put in the back of my mind, I said, okay, I'm about 5. People would ask me how much I weigh. I said, I'm really about 500 pounds.
Oh,
one of my good friends said, I see people on TV that's 500 pounds. And she said, you're way bigger than that. She said, you are. But I just didn't pay no mind. And when they weighed me on a hospital bed, they told me I was 940. I said, did you take away from the bed, the sheets and everything? They said, yes. And at that point, I was completely devastated. I said, there's no way out. I got so depressed, I thought I was going to lay in that bed and die.
Mm.
But I decided to change it and shift the atmosphere in my mind and body. And that's when I said I'm going to make a change.
I see you lying on the bed on the front cover.
Yeah.
Was that the 940 days?
Yes.
Look at that man. Look at that sharp man in front of the bed. Look. It's like you future paced yourself. Look at
I know that's right.
He said, "No, that's what I'm gonna be. You better speak it and claim it."
Right.
Ooh, all right.
When I told some people I was going to lose weight, they smiled at me and they said, "Oh, you know, you're going to live in a nursing home for the rest of your life." I said, "That's not what God showed me in my vision." And He did. He showed me my smaller body, me walking around. So that let me know that everything was going to be all right. But at that point, I couldn't even have gastric bypass. Right. No doctor would operate on me.
Okay, so you got the vision. God, you heard God's. You will live and not die. You're laying in that bed, as we can see, but you're future pacing yourself through faith. That's what faith does, guys. Faith gives you the ability to future pace. So you saw yourself here, but you had to go through the trial now. Now you had to go through the wilderness. And so, because you can't get gastric bypass because at a certain weight, it's too dangerous. So now what's the next step?
I'm going to have to do it the old school way, as people say it. Go on a diet. I couldn't get up out there to exercise, so I had to exercise from my bed. So I said, "Okay, Larry, what are you going to do?" "I'm going to shrink my stomach myself." I ordered 1,000. This is where Mr. Jello Cup comes in at. I ordered 1,000 empty cups off Amazon. That was the best $18 I ever spent in my life. And I took those 1,000 cups and whatever couldn't fit for lunch and dinner. In those cups, I would parade it down, chicken, broccoli, whatever. I didn't put it in my mouth, and I ate like that for over 2 years.
Oh.
I ate like that for over 2 years. And I didn't cheat, didn't go back to it. I just cut out. One day I just woke up, I cut out soda, chips, bread. I just decided to stop it all. And whatever I couldn't fit in 3 cups, it didn't go in my mouth.
Oh, so 3 cups was your serving.
That was my serving for lunch and dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Larry's saying is that when he got to the point he knew he had to lose weight, let me tell you his 40 days to wellness plan. It was actually 3 years to wellness. Let me show you his plan. His brother bought cups off Amazon, Jello cups, and put food in them and decided I'm only going to eat out of 3 of these. And whatever doesn't go in the cup doesn't go in my mouth. Now that's how you create some discipline. Okay, like if you don't know what to do, just do something, right? Like, cause I've never seen that diet plan. Okay, I've never seen it, but I guarantee you,
They had me see a psychologist. They didn't know what was going on with me, but I knew that God had told me my smaller body. So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna step out on faith."
Woo.
And I did. It was hard. There was many nights I wanted to take the cups, just throw them up against the wall, but I said, "No, I want to make it out."
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, what's up, folks? Thanks for tuning in. Got my man Larry Myers here, the man who weighed in at 940 pounds. It was 942 or 940?
940. Don't
add a pound on that. He got to the 940 mark, ladies and gentlemen, and was like, "Okay, that's it. Put the brakes on. Skirt." So now we got to put together a plan. So we go to the Jello cups. So now we're eating out of the Jello cups, and clearly this is going to create weight loss because you're eating less. Right? The amount of calories you were consuming, you probably cut them down to a third, right? Because you just like shifted. So now the weight starts to come off. And what happens next for Larry?
I went and I found a doctor that would operate on me.
Okay. How much weight did you lose at that point?
At that time, I lost over 400 pounds.
Okay. So you lost 400 pounds on your own. Jello cups, folks. You can get them 2 for $5, 6 for $22. Come on.
All right now. So I found a doctor that would operate on me. He said, "Well, you got to lose 70 pounds. I said, "That's no problem." He said, "Well, you know, you got to lose weight." I said, "Doctor, I didn't already lost a lot of weight." He said, "You did?" I said, "Absolutely, and I could do some more." So he said, "Well, come back. You can come back in 3 months and visit me." I came back. He said, "It looked like we're going to do that surgery on you soon." I said, "Oh, yes, we are." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm eating out of Jello cups." I said, Okay, Mr. Myers.
I'm eating out of Jello cups.
He said, "As long as you're getting your protein in, okay, that's good."
Okay.
So I wound up having my gastric bypass surgery, and people say, "Well, Larry, if you lost all that weight on your own, why did you have gastric bypass? What was the reason for it?" I had gastric bypass as a tool. That's all it is a weight loss tool to help you to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said I will never go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Never go backwards. I'll always go forward. But I had it as a tool to help me to maintain. And I mean, I did have complications with my gastric bypass, but I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
It helps save life.
Yeah. I mean, you're here, brother. Like you're here.
And that's the most important thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, since my bypass, I've had 4 skin operations. I need to have about a good 3 more. You know, I take it as my life is a project.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it step by step by step.
Yeah, you better. And listen, there's some home improvement going on around these parts, folks. Home improvement. It is. I mean, this is a project. This is a project all day. All day. And I love what we were talking in the pregame. Folks, if you just tuned in, this episode live at night. Matter of fact, do I even got this? Let me get that thing up there. Get up there. All right, there we go. Live at 9, we got Larry Myers, the man who lost over 700 pounds. He at one time in his life went at 940. Then decided he was going to lose the weight because he was sick and tired of being sick and tired. His weight loss philosophy, Jello cups off Amazon. Through the Jello cup process, lost over 400 pounds, got to the doctor, took it off. Now, because he had skin surgeries, he had things going on, complications, he fought through it. People are trying to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds. I think before we go to the next chapter of life, one thing, if you get anything from this, because I got this, very often I get my eyes awoken. I don't know if you can say that word, but I'm going to say it. I got my eyes awoken when I thought my stuff was bad and I saw somebody who had it 20 times worse.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's somebody going through way worse than you've ever gone through. And Larry's story, man, if you don't have weight to lose. It's not even weight to lose. It's a mindset. And why, the reason I'm saying that, Larry, because almost 80% of folks that have this surgery gain all the weight back.
Right.
That's why the folks were saying, yeah, you know, they have the negative things to say. It's not the surgery that's bad. What's unfortunate is that people don't make the mindset shift with the surgery.
And that's why I knew that it was going to be okay. Because if I could stop cold turkey without the surgery, I knew that after I had the surgery, it would be a success.
Cold turkey. Was it a day? Was it a day cold turkey? I mean, was it a moment like I'm at 9:40? Okay, that's it. Boom, getting Jello cups tomorrow, or I'm on my phone ordering right now. Like what? Like how fast was this?
I wish it was that easy, but no. I had proceeded to go to the hospital, so I called 911, and for some reason, I got the wrong ambulance crew. They said, "Okay, we can't put this man in the back of ambulance." They called the pickup truck, and you would have thought by me talking this that you watching a movie, but no, this actually really happened. They wheeled my wheelchair up into a flat bin, and that's the way they paraded me in the hospital on the pickup truck, 2 cop cars in the front and 2 in the back, and it was snowing. And I remember them throwing a sheet over my head, and I said, Larry, whatever I got myself into, I'm going to get myself out of. I have had enough. But it was that particular night that I went into a coma for 12 days.
Okay, yeah, we kind of slid past that part. You went into a coma for 12 days?
12 days. They couldn't find nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me except for I was super morbidly obese. The doctor told my dad to take my wheelchair home, that I wouldn't make it because of my weight. They couldn't tell if I was breathing or not. And he just said that I'm going to live. He wasn't taking nothing home.
Your dad?
Yes.
Thank you, Father. Woo! All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And my mom, let me just backtrack for a minute. My mom had passed away like maybe 3 weeks before that happened, before I went into the coma. So she had already expired. And she came in front of my hospital bed, and I'll never forget it. She said, "What are you doing? You can breathe. Ain't nothing wrong with you." And I sat up in the bed and ripped the respirator out of my throat, began to talk like I'm talking now. I remember the nurse standing up against the wall, blood went everywhere, and my father and family began to come in the room, and I told them, I said, well, Mommy was just in here, and she woke me up, and my father said, finish telling them. And the doctor said, look like nothing's wrong with you, except for, you have the weight issue. I said, I feel fine. What's going on? And I just woke right up. And that started my weight loss journey.
Wow. Mama showed up. You know, Mama always show up, man.
She sure did.
Mama always shows up, man.
Right in the midst of it all.
Your dad said, "Go tell me more." He said, "Tell me finish the story."
Oh, yeah, he said, finish telling them how you woke up, because he had already told them that she was going to come to me and I was going to wake up.
You gotta listen. I know that's why they call us Jesus freaks, because we'll look real crazy how excited we get about certain things. It's like you see the father at work, folks. Oh yeah, doctor says.
Let's back up a minute. They were in there praying and they called security because they thought they were arguing.
That was the devil causing a ruckus. That's what they heard. Devil was pissed off in there. Now come on now. Devil was like, I had him. He was mine. The Lord said, come on now.
I know that's right. Not yet.
Not yet. Not this day. Not this day.
Not this day.
Man. Okay. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I gotta say this because I don't want folks to miss it. Because Larry's he's not gonna plug his book, but I'm gonna plug it because I want you guys to get the entire story, but I also want you to support his journey. Larry is on a mission right now. He's on a serious mission. He's on a tour, on a book tour. He's actually super talented. Whether it's the poetry and the singing, the gift of song inside of him. And through all the gifts that God has given him, he is taking what was a test and now sharing it as a testimony and spreading it across the planet. And that's just fabulous. That's dope, isn't it? Dope, guys? Rosa, what's up? Rosa said, amen. Jillian said, I'm so inspired. Matter of fact, let me pull these up. Let me pull these up over here. You can't even see them, can you? That's okay. I'll read them. I'll read them to you. Jillian said, I'm so inspired by your journey. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and fighting for your life. You are a superhero. Yeah. I hear that song in my head, The Greatest American Hero, right now. Believe it or not. Yeah, I get so pumped about this. Joy said, yes, he's amazing. Yeah, he is amazing. This guy right here and Jesus Christ. Man, this is good. All right, man. So I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to see that. Click on his name. Also, we're going to put the book in the link in the description too. We can get it right off Amazon. And listen, you know who's to sponsor you? Oh my goodness, boy, I got something for you. I got something for you. Okay, this is a divine time, so I know it's real. So your story, man, is amazing. And guess how it started? Guess like how did you start losing weight? Ordering
in a hospital bed at 940 pounds.
And your eating solution was to eat out of Jello cups that you ordered from off Amazon.
The best $18 I ever spent in my life.
Man, listen. You go ahead and take this to Amazon corporate, and you'll have more than $18, my friend, because they will get behind this thing like Subway did Jared. You hear what I'm saying? And this is 10 times. 10 times. Come on, boy. You already know when it's divine time. You just got to hear it, write it down. Right. You know, seek it, man. So listen. Let's go back in. So we go back in. You start losing the weight. We stopped at mom visiting. And then after mom visited and doctors, okay, now this is a process where you went home?
No, I didn't want to go home.
Didn't want to go
home. I did not. It had got so bad. Let's back up. I had forgot what my living room furniture looked like. I hadn't left my bedroom in over 2 years. Now, you might ask, or the people might listen and might ask, well, how was I getting my food? The biggest mistake I ever made, I had leg infection, so they gave me a home health aid. It was supposed to be for twice a week for 2 hours. It turned into 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Things that I could do for myself, like going to open up a window, I stopped. And I started living in that one room. Family and everyone would come and visit me, and they seen me getting bigger and bigger, but no one did an intervention. So things got worse, went to the hospital in a pickup truck, and that's how I started my weight loss.
Okay. Yeah, that will be it. Once you isolate yourself and limited all the things you were doing and continue to eat. Yeah. Okay. So we snip it. We snap it. Now, what was your first experience like in the gym? Like, what point was that at?
That was after I was able to get into a wheelchair. And I mean, once I started, I didn't stop. I just bought some TheraBands and I tied them on my hospital bed. And I would, every time a commercial would come on TV, I would just pull on them and do whatever kind of exercise movement I could do. I was doing. That's why I tell somebody it's no excuse in the world. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. We have to eat to live, but we don't have to overeat.
Hmm. Hmm. I envision you sitting in that hospital bed, literally in your mind, in spiritual warfare, fighting for your life. And that's what you were thinking about, was fighting for my life, and I will not die. And you have to be so convicted behind this thing. And go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought at one point, before I made up my mind that I was going to lose the weight, we're Pentecostal, so we don't really do too much cremation. So I said, okay, if I die, what are they going to bury me in? I did my research, and I managed to find a company that made caskets that holds up to 900 and 1,000 pounds. So the gentleman, he sent me one. He said, well, you sound very young. I told him at that time my age. He said, okay, well, I can tell you I sell 30 to 60 of these per year. And the oldest person I've ever put in one was in their 40s. And I said, oh, my goodness. When he sent it to me, the picture of it, I wish I could show it to you guys. It looks just like a Cadillac car, but it's a hearse. And I said, I'm not going to die in one of these. So that helped motivate me.
Ooh.
To this day, when I go out and travel, I show people the picture of it because it's real. This is real. People are actually dying being buried in those caskets.
Wow. He said 60 a year?
Yes.
Man. Yeah, when I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to find it. I can't find it. Doggone, I wanted to show that picture, man. I wanted to show that picture. It's okay. Okay. All right. So that's the motivation. Yeah, I saw that casket. I was like, wow. Okay. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What started this? Because you weren't always that size.
I was always bigger than the average person.
Always bigger than the average bear. Well, so
I had 3 sisters, and I was always bigger than all of them.
200 pounds, 250.
I got depressed about life, just in general. Okay. But I'm going to tell the truth. I had a healthy appetite. I love to eat.
Yeah. Right.
And eating and not moving around, you're going to put on weight.
Yeah. Absolutely. That is the recipe. Okay.
Yes, it is.
So now you have broken free. Now you're on this tour. Let's get to some glory, man. Let's get to some of the glory right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because, see, there's this glory in the story, ladies and gentlemen. There's glory in the story. And it's okay. It's okay to go through trials. Because that's part of it. That's the journey. So now you can go around and you can inspire folks. Folks inboxing you, asking you, how did you lose weight? How did you do this? How do you... And, man, you need to be a coach, okay? We already talked about that. But you need to be a coach, man. But because you have so much inspiration inside of you. So now, what is Larry up to now? Like, what is your mission? What do you hear God telling you to do?
To go out to inspire people, just to let them know that if they're trying to lose 4 pounds or 700 pounds like I had to, that they can do it. That there's nothing impossible for God. Mm. It doesn't even have to be about weight. They can be addicted to drugs or just anything in general, that we have the power to change our life. And that's my message, to just tell anyone. I always say it doesn't matter if you're overweight or underweight, you have the power to change your life.
Mm. Ross said, how long ago did you start your journey?
This year makes 9 years.
9 years. How old are you?
Oh, I'm too old. 42.
Okay. You don't look 42, man.
Thank you.
I thought you were younger than that.
Yeah, I'm 42. But I remember in junior high school buying my clothes from the Big and Tall store.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after that? The Big and Tall stores, they only go up to a 6X. My shirt was a 12X.
Mm.
So after that, I had to get my clothes custom made, and they were very expensive.
How are you making money?
I wasn't at that point. I had to go on disability.
Yeah, okay, and so you just use your disability and ate and just laid and just. What were your thoughts though? Were you thinking? Did you have anything?
I was in denial. I was in great denial.
Did you have anything that you were shooting for at that time? Like any aspirations of anything you can remember?
I think I just kind of blocked everything out of my mind. I just got so depressed and just didn't live and just.
I'm with you. That is fascinating. God is good and on time. He said he may not come when you call him,
but he'll be right on time.
He'll be right on time. So yeah, man, you doing? I hear you singing, doing poetry, man. And so, you know, are you coming down next week? Are you coming down to the Recharge Expo?
I don't.
Listen, if you make it down there, Larry, you can share our table. Okay, come down, bring your banner down, your book, and let's inspire some people. Coach Roz and I are actually speaking there as well. And the talk is how to become superhuman, getting fit rich, and mental, physical, and spiritual components. You had to use all three of those things. You had to get tough mentally. You had to make a decision in your mind, right? You had to start eating differently with the Jello cups, the body, and you had to get connected to God and hear God's voice. I mean, all these things happen synergetically. That's why you're sitting here. So if you come down, you got a spot. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get Larry's book. I'm going to put the link in there, but you can go on Amazon right now and type in Behind Closed Doors.
How I lost 700 pounds, and it's on book format, digital download, and audio download.
Yep. There it is right there. There it is right there, right there, right there. Right on the screen. Larry, man, I want you to thank you, man. Thank you for keeping up the fight. I told you, you got the support of Fit World and my team for anything, to help you push what you're doing. I told you got the coaching that's unlimited. Want to help you in any way to get your message out because this thing got power. You got power, man. I'm glad that you didn't get to 941. Okay.
That's right. We ain't gonna get we wasn't gonna get there. Once they said 940, I was completely devastated.
That's it right there. Sometimes man, that's when it happens. Get those aha moments. Larry, I want you to give the people. We call these the big tip. All the guests give a big tip. What's if you had only one thing you can give the world before you leave? One thing, one word of encouragement. What would you tell the people of planet Earth?
Speak over your life and know that you shall live, not die.
Speak over your life. Speak over your life so that you will live and not die. And let me go ahead and pull this up. Because his big tip is all about this. Boom, right here. Speak over your life. So I see him speaking over his life. That's him at 940 in the hospital bed on the way out of the planet. And that's him in front. His future paced self. Speak over your life. So there is power of life and death in the tongue. And those who love it will eat its fruit. Guys, check out Larry Myers. Click on his page. Buy his book. Support the guy. And remember, the future is what you do today. So do something today that will impact your
Not tomorrow. It ain't 12 midnight yet, so you can start today.
Start today. Listen, no time like the present. All right, guys. God bless.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey,
God
no
bless
problem,
you.
Man.
Take care. Bye-bye.